Good evening, good day. We got a banger for you today.
I know gold is not in her. She's a diamond under.
Many people ask me what my favorite comic book writers of all time are, and I always have to question myself, and they always question me all the time because my list is the only correct list. So let's break it down for you with the tier list of the greatest comic book writers of all time. So as you can see, we got the S tier as the greatest of all time. We got the A tier, the B tier, the C tier, and we don't care about them D's nuts. We got the F tier. So let's get to it. First off, I gotta start with the greatest of all time, Mike Mignola. He wrote Hellboy. It's the greatest thing ever written. Nothing compares. I love this thing. It is so good. Anyways, next we got, I believe this is Gary Conway. I haven't read a lot of his stuff. I really haven't. So but I know he's good. Eric Breen will say he's one of the greats. So I'll put him to B, because I think I've read one of his, but oh well. Next, no idea who that guy is. Frank Miller. See, I know he's one of the greats, but personally, this is a personal tier list. I find half of his stuff to be readable, the other half to be not readable, but 300, fantastic. So I'll put him in a B tier. Kurt Busiek. You know, yeah, he's a damn good writer. So that's a C. That's a B. That's got to be a B. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of B list artists. Next we got all right. Psych. He's an S tier. Brian Michael Bendis. What more do I need to say? The guy is the GOAT. One of my personal heroes of writing. He is the definitive writer from 1999 to about 2010. What he did for the Marvel Universe, everything. The guy is the GOAT. Brian came on. That's a B tier. I mean, like, half the stuff I like, half the stuff I don't. I mean, there's not much. I mean, you got Why the Last Man, the TV show, started off pretty good, and then just it's bad. Jim Shooter, let's be honest, the guy's an A tier. The Korvac saga, I think he did Secret Wars. No, he didn't do Secret Wars. Legion of Superheroes, probably the greatest editor of all time for Marvel. Although my personal favorite for Marvel is Joe Quesada. The guy is the greatest chief creative officer, publisher, whatever you want to call him. Let's go to Matt Fraction, another one of the Portland Mafia. I actually like more than half the stuff. Everything I've read from this guy is actually pretty damn good. So I'll put him at the very top of the A. Ooh, nope, right there. Very top of A. And here's the thing. If you have any question of what kind of writer he is, Hawkeye, the TV show, is based off his run. I'm not a fan of that run, but it is the one everyone loves. But Jimmy Olsen, read his book. It's with Steve Lieber on the art. It's one of the funniest books I've ever read. All right. Then we got Chris Claremont, which is gonna be A. Obviously, I don't even know who this guy is. I forget two of these people. I don't even know who they are. I mean, and I created this list and I'm forgetting who they are. Stan Lee, of course, that's, no brainer. Ed Brubaker, A. I don't even have to do Ed Brubaker. Everything he does is just, then you got Jack Kirby. Of course, he's the king. Jack the King Kirby. Jack the King Kirby. What more do I need to say? Jonathan Hickman, of course, up there with one of my favorites of all time. Everything he writes is just unique, different. I mean, it has the same feeling and voice, but he wrote the best mini series for Marvel of all time, S.H.I.E.L.D. Read that. Kelly Sue DeConnick. Now, I gotta be real with you guys. I know a lot of you, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my, I don't give a shit. I'm going off her writing, and from what I've read of her Aquaman actually wasn't bad. She did a Valkyrie book with Ryan Stegman, pretty solid. A Bitch Planet, even though it's full of politics, I don't give a shit. The book was pretty funny. Like I liked it a lot. So I gotta give her minimum like C tier, because everything else she's done has not been that good. Mark Waid, that is a B. Oh my goodness, wrote probably my favorite Doctor Strange book ever. The first 3 issues are masterclass writing. And his Superman, solid. Legion of Superheroes, from not the first run, his second run on Legion of Superheroes. Then we got Marv Wolfman, wrote one of my favorite Superman stories of all time, the Man and Superman. I think that's the name of it, Man and Superman. The guy was a dick to me when I talked to him. I don't care. His writing, pretty solid. So I gotta give him, I'll give him a higher. I give him a higher B. Neil Gaiman, my favorite author of all time. Not my favorite comic book writer, but my favorite author of all time. I love everything this guy writes. Sandman, extraordinary. First time you read it. Because the next time you read it, you kind of lose the magic. But, oh well. But, like, still, like, most of the stuff he does, was it 1692? The book? 1892? I think it was 1692. That book, yeah, he did solid as well. I will give him an A-list. He deserves it. Todd McFarlane, not the best writer, one of the best artists of all time. Spawn, oh my god, like I like the newer issues of Spawn. The stuff he did with Jason Sean Alexander, that horror style, that was really good. And I think most of it had to do with the art. So I'll give him a lower B. Jeff Johns, everything this guy writes is amazing, from Justice League to Jokers to Doomsday Clock. Dude, this guy, his writing is just so good. Grant Morrison, not the biggest fan of him. I'm going to put him at a lower B. Now, Alan Moore is up there. He's probably my third favorite writer of all time. Watchmen, From Hell, V for Vendetta. I don't even have to explain myself to you. I don't have to explain myself to you. I don't gotta say shit. It's Alan Moore. Tom King. You know, there's a lot of shit he does that people hate, but his early works are solid. I don't care what you guys say. His early works are solid, and for that, gets a higher C, like the highest C. I don't think he's any lower or any higher than like the highest of C's. Peter J. Tomasi wrote one of the best runs of Superman of all time with Patrick Gleason, and that he gets, I'll give him a B. Rick Remender, I'm actually not a fan of him. I tried to get into Black Science, tried to get into Deadly Class. I did like his, what was it? Death and Glory. That's the only book I like of his. Shut up, phone. Right there. Gotta put him right there. Robert Kirkman, one of the GOATs. One of my favorites of all time. This is my personal, guys, so chill out. Okay? Chill out. So I'm not saying this is the definitive. Okay, I said it in the beginning. Okay, you caught me. This is the definitive. This is how it's gonna go. J. Michael Straczynski wrote my favorite Superman story of all time with Superman Earth 1. The 3 volumes we got is just too little. He gets up here. Right there. No, Jonathan Hickman is... yeah, that's a good order. Scott Snyder wrote my favorite Batman with Court of Owls. That's kind of it. And there's not much more I like about him. He's bad. Oh, sorry, that's a lie. I like his American Vampire series. That series is pretty good for a vampire. I'm not a big vampire guy. I think Donny Cates got that vampire stuff down pretty well. Oh, I didn't even think of Donny Cates for this. Oh well. Yep. He's got to be right there. And here's another one of my favorites, Jason Aaron. Now this is a tough one because pretty much I love everything he did in his early work, from Ghost Rider to the greatest run on Thor ever. His Thor book is so good. I have every single book of Jason Aaron's Thor, except for War of the Realms, because that is an omnibus, and I don't really want to buy an omnibus. And it wasn't even that really that good. The thing after that was it King Thor, amazing, brought tear to my eyes, literally. I love it. But War of the Realms was there. With Jason Aaron's Avengers, from I gotta say, from issue 1 to 25, I considered probably my favorite run at the time ongoing. But right now it's totally different from where it started. It's unreadable. Like it pisses me off how unreadable it is, because it's like it was in the highest of highs and then it dropped to the lowest of lows. With his Thor, again, everything was Thor. He wrote my favorite Marvel story of all time: Thor, God of Thunder, Thor, God Butcher, God Bomb. Like what? You can't beat that. It's literally my favorite Marvel story of all time. So for that, he gets S tier. Put it in the comments. Let me hear it. I don't give a shit. Walter Simonson, for his run on Thor, I kind of liked. I'm not a big fan of the old books, but I did like the battle between him and Beta Ray Bill. I thought that was awesome. But everything else on his Thor that he did was solid. Oh, Straczynski's Thor, second greatest run on Thor of all time. Why? How did I forget that? No, because Straczynski deserves about second, but because Straczynski's Thor was second best of all time, right behind Jason Aaron's. Again, Fraction had a good run on Thor as well, which was I want to say 20 issues, 25 issues, something like that. Then Jason came in, but so he had the best Superman of all time, in my opinion, and then he had second best run on Thor. Yeah, he deserves to be above Jason just by one slot. But Walter Simonson goes right above Kurt Busiek. Oh, no, I can't do that. You know what? Mark Waid goes above them. Brian K. Vaughan goes above them. That's about right. Louise Simonson. People who don't know this, Wheezy has my heart. She is the greatest female comic book writer of all time. Hands down. Hall of Fame. People forget that without her, we probably wouldn't have gotten the quality of Chris Claremont's X-Men that we got. She was the editor for that, and without her, we wouldn't have got Chris Claremont's X-Men. And but people forget her run on Superman, Man of Steel. One title, Superman, Man of Steel. Phenomenal work. People forget that title because it was always Dan Jurgens, who I forgot to put on this list. Oh well. It was always Dan Jurgens' title with the main title, Superman, and then Action Comics. And then she got the side one, Superman, Man of Steel. So for all of that, personally, A tier. These two, I'm forgetting who they are, so they stay behind. She gets the A tier. So let me look at what I got. Let me rearrange personally what I think which belongs which. Frank Miller should probably go above that. Gary Conway right there. I gotta say, as a writer, I don't think Todd McFarlane's all that good. I gotta drop him down. Kurt Busiek, Grant. Yeah, that's a good list. I think that's a good list. Let me know what you think. I'll put this in the description down below. You can do your own. Comment yours. I'll see you next time. All right. Have a good one. Peace.